Kilowatt 4, Hotel Echo Whiskey.
Somebody had a bad problem there. Hotel Whiskey, Hotel Echo Whiskey, is that correct?
Hotel Whiskey, Hotel Echo Whiskey, is that correct? Roger, Roger. K4HEW, Hotel Echo Whiskey.
Roger, Roger, and what's the name there?
Roger, Roger, and what's the name there? Roger, the name is Joe, Juliet Oscar.
Roger, Joe. Why don't you tell me about your antenna system? Let me tune around for a minute, see if I can find the best path for us.
Oh, sure. This is K4HEW. We live in Raleigh, just outside of Raleigh in Clayton, North Carolina. I have a quarter wave vertical, the Eagle 1 quarter wave 40-meter vertical mounted on the rear ladder on my motorhome, which is our home that we live in full time. So I'm itinerant when we need to be. We live on wheels. How's that?
Roger, Roger. Well, gosh, Joe, somebody has decided to deliberately QRM us. I don't know why, but, they do. But, Joe, you sounded really good on my local antenna. You're about 20 over, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Roger. The last time I spoke with you, we did some tuning and adjusting. You might recall I had been using a wireless headset, the Plantronics W7. I stopped using it some time ago as it's getting feedback somewhere and just kicks itself off. So I put that away and I'm just using the stock microphone on my MV300, Roger.
Roger, well, your tonality is just fine. Your audio curve is just fine. Got some nice bottom end, not real pronounced, but a lot there. And the top end, I might go for a couple of clicks of boost on your treble EQ, Roger.
Well, let's see. I believe we set it back then, and it still is. The top end is a +3, and the bottom end is a +1. And bandwidth is the 1 to 2900, Roger?
Yes, sir. Good. So I would go, let's see here. What radio is that you're running?
That's the ICOM 7300.
Yes, sir. So I'd max out my top end at +5 treble EQ, +5 treble EQ, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Roger. Let me try to do that. Okay, that is now at a +5 on the top end, and the bottom end is a +1. How do we sound?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your articulation aspect is much better with that increase in treble EQ, and that radio is just sounding beautiful. You might check your ALC with mic gain in hand. Look at your ALC meter as you say the word audio. Interested in the first part of that word, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3. Roger.
Well, let's see. Audio. We're at about half scale right now.
Yes, sir. You want to be just to the right of half scale, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Roger. My mic gain right now is at 45% with a compression of 1.
Roger. I would bring that compression up to a 3. 3 is something that you'll never hear on the air, but it's helps us get our 3 dB dynamic range. So I'd move the compression to 3, and look again at your ALC meters. You say the word audio, Roger.
Audio. Yeah, it's staying right there at mid-scale.
Somebody keeps interfering deliberately, QRMing us. This frequency is in use. So let's see. Tell me about your what you like about your 7300.
Well, I'll tell you what I like about it. I turn it on and work. Don't have a whole lot lot to adjust on it, and it is able to tune my antenna, fine-tune it down to a flat 1-to-1, and I can even transmit quite easily on 20 meters with this 40-meter quarter wave vertical. The tuner inside the 7300 will accomplish that for me, and so I'm real pleased with that, Roger.
Roger, got a good recording for you, Joe. That radio is really sounding just beautiful, and if you go to YouTube, do that call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording, and it'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2800, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Jim. I sure appreciate your help as usual, and I enjoy listening to the dialogue with other hams out there and what you do to help them as well. Hope you had a great holiday, and I'll turn it back your way. 73's KC9VKV from K4HEW.
Roger, Joe, just curious, do you have ever any power problems? I'm assuming you're boondocking, is that correct?
Oh, we're actually in an RV park where we have power from the pedestal, 120-volt power, so I run it off their power, but I've never had any power issues so far.
Roger. Do you have any RF leakage around? How much power are you running there?
Well, it's just 100 watts. I don't have an RF amplifier, but funny you should say that. I occasionally have heard when the SWR slips off a little bit, I can hear my audio come through the speakers inside the motorhome and get it kind of scratchy, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing something here, I need to retune. Of course, the antenna is right on the back of the motorhome, about 30 feet behind me.
Yes, sir, doing a beautiful job for 100 watts. Just beautiful. I have some problems myself with things. I have to take my telephone off the hook because I don't want to be disturbed, and I put it in my garbage can.
Well, I did try to tune this radio to an 80-meter frequency, and I had some issues with that. The radio attempted to tune it, but the SWR, I think, was off scale. My dishwasher in here started blinking, and the various LEDs inside the coach started blinking at me, and I could hear it through the speakers. So probably not a recommended band to use with this antenna, Roger.
Roger, I recall at one time trying to run my 80-meter antenna on 40 meters, and that was before I went to a resonant tuned dipole antenna for 40. I was trying to make my 80 work, and it would work, but my antenna tuner, which is MFJ-3KW, it got very, very hot. I could smell it hot. I opened it up. I could see a lot of solder connections had gone gray, indicating a lot of heat. And I'm just thinking, that's when I decided I was going to go to a resonant tuned dipole antenna and do away with the tuner, because I'd rather have all that heat up in the air, radiating, Roger.
That's the way to go. I'm with you. Get some I have a fan dipole at home where we used to live. It's in storage now, but it is set up for 15, 20, 40, and 80 fan dipole, and that has worked well in the past. So happy that you were able to help me this afternoon, Jim. 73's K4HEW, clear in 73.
Roger, Joe, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and I'm getting stuff coming up about 1 KC on one side or the other. I don't know exactly why it is. We've been on the air for maybe an hour and a half, so maybe it's time to get out of here and go fishing. So, Joe, 73, sir, and if you want to hear, again, that audio, go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, and that'll take you to this recording, and it'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2800, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger. Real fine. We need to pray for that brain donor out there. He doesn't understand what he's doing. So, Jim, have a fine one, and have a great weekend. K4HEW.
Roger, sir, 73. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. It is 5 o'clock. We got to get out of here. I see a dead fly by the clock on the wall. And so since 3:30 we've been recording, and if you've enjoyed the broadcast and participated, want to hear your audio, go to YouTube, do a call, let a search, KC9VKV, follow by the word logbook, will take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So without further ado, let's get out of here. This is KC9VKV returning the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, clear.